All right, welcome back to session 2 for tonight. You probably just listened to Tanya read chapter 63, and I will pick up on chapter 64 and read through chapter 68 for you. All right, chapter 64 is from Frenchie's point of view, and it is titled Waking and Remembering. Frenchie opened his eyes as darkness was going away. His sleep was going away too. He sat on the flat ledge. He remembered how he came down, and lost his shoes, and the needlepoint purse with all of his birds. He didn't have pants now. He had cool white legs. He had one arm wrapped around them, his other hand held tight to a tiny pine tree that had its roots stuck into the rock. Frenchie wanted some sun on him, but the high rock at his back kept him wrapped in shade. If he could get home, the sun would be there, he was sure. He knew the way, but there was no path here where he was, no place to take a step, no way to go up. He held on to the pine and leaned forward, but only a little, because it hurt to unbend his body. He looked all around as far as he could see. He remembered one more thing that he had lost, that piebald deer. Chapter 65 is from Aurora's perspective, and it's titled First Light. We are up at first light and back at the Fire and Rec Center before 6 a.m. People are pouring in, a swarm of orange vests. Way more people than yesterday. I remember that it's Saturday. More people are available. The check-in is organized. Chief Nash speaks through the bullhorn. Please see a volunteer for instructions at the tables marked with an A. Move on to tables marked B if you'd like one of your student volunteers from the high school to help you download the tracking app. Please refer to the large screen to understand the scope of our search thus far. I cover my ears and move away. That bullhorn is not morning friendly. Pop is handing coffees to Mom and Gracia. Cedar is sprinting through the crowd from one wall of the Fire and Rec Center to the other. I could stop him, but people smile every time he weaves by. Besides, Mom and Pop are keeping an eye on him. There's food. Again. Breakfast. I do a double take when I spot Darlene Dombrowski. It looks like she is in charge of the bagel basket. I'm so tired, my gaze turns into a stare. I'm thinking about Frenchie. Best days. Like when Cedar came home, and family dinners, and pancake Sundays, bird hounding and rock hounding, and me cheering Frenchie on the day he learned to float. Him going along with me, the times we trailed the piebald deer, and him knowing the way home. Having a true friend, the thing I am aching for this morning. I blink. There's Darlene, and her bagel basket. She sees me seeing her, and I bite my bottom lip. Darlene doesn't have a person like Frenchie. Poor Darlene. I mean it, for real. Poor Darlene. She doesn't know how good that can be. She can't even ache like I'm aching right now, but she still came here today. I go on over to her. Hey, I say. I'm sorry you got all scratched up yesterday. That pucka brush will get you if you don't watch out. And sometimes it just gets you anyway, huh? She dips her head a little and nods. I got a bee sting too, she squeaks, as if that sting is still happening right now. Oh yeah? Super sorry, I say. It's hard out there, I tell her. It means a bunch that you came to help. Thanks. I'm helping indoors today, she says. She even smiles a little. I'm going to serve lunch. It's a better assignment for me. Right. People will be huge hungry. I offer her a high five. She looks a little worried, but she takes it. Her eyelids flutter when our palms smack. I probably did that too hard. I decide to scoot back to my family. What do you think, Aurora? Pop nods to the table full of fruit breakfast bars and Darlene's bagels. Want to grab some grub along with our assignment? You could stand eat something, my girl. I shrug, and then I'm saved by the bullhorn. Chief Nash says something about a progress board up in the front of the room. I tell Pop, I'm going to go see. The word progress has me curious, but when I get to the progress board, I see that it's mostly the same stuff as yesterday. The list: missing boy, 11 years old, plaid shirt and tan pants, nonverbal, dark hair. They have added last known position at Pumpkinville Road, and another note that says they are dropping digital pins in the area that have been searched. But, in big letters, they believe the subject, why not say Frenchie, has been on the move. I have to agree with the last part. Frenchie can walk for hours once you get him going, or once something gets him going. But when he decides he wants to go home, he does. So if he's on the move, why hasn't he moved home yet? It bothers me about like a burr caught in the arch of my shoe. Here's another bother. If you ask me, progress would be having a lot more than the same list from yesterday with a few guesses added on. I stand in front of that board, shifting my weight from foot to foot. I say, how do we know it's progress until we actually find him? I say this to no one, except there is a woman standing next to me, and I'm pretty sure she hears me. I watch her tie a bandana around her close black hair, then she adjusts her glasses on her nose and looks back at me. We both open our mouths and say, oh. Loud as a girl with a bullhorn, I say, hey, you're the nuthatch lady. Yes, I guess I am, she says. Yeah, you're, Cherie, right? You gave Frenchie the Audubon print. You broke up that set of 6 for him and left yourself with 5. And now you're here to help find him? I ask. Do you know that's who we're looking for? Yes, she says. I saw his picture on the news last night, and I recognized him right away. The boy who loves birds. I've never forgotten him. I guess I feel connected. You are, I say. I see you're not wearing your flat little shop shoes today. Oh, no, she says. Hikers all the way. Good thing, I say, and I'm about to tell her more when Mr. Minkus stops on his way out. Ready, Aurora? He asks. It's a brand new day. He bounces in place to settle his pack on his shoulders. His carabiners jingle and his ropes swing. I'm ready, I say. Mr. Minkus, did you really search all night? We did. Sorry I can't tell you that we found him, he says. I know you tried. Did you sleep? No, but my energy is up, he says. I'm optimistic. We have a lot more help today. Did you hear? There's a group of mountain bikers, and the cross-country team from the high school is here. Some folks from an ATV club got special permission to ride some of the trails north of the school. Dave and Jordana are still with me right outside, and you're here, he says. He smiles at the nuthatch lady and me, then waves as he pushes on the door. And you're here too, I cut my hands and send him an echo. Then I think, yep, we're both here. Mr. Minkus and Aurora Petroquin, the ones who lost Frenchie, and now we're going to be a part of finding him, with lots of help. I turn to the nuthatch lady, Cherie. Thanks for coming. I mean, a lot. And thanks for that nuthatch print. Frenchie loves it. Did you get a bagel? Do you like coffee? Right over there. It's free. I point her in the direction, and when I do, I feel a little burst in my chest. It's like a firework lighting up. I feel optimistic, like Mr. Minkus said. All right, next chapter is from Maxine Grindel's point of view, and it is titled Orientation at Fire and Wreck. Maxine Grindel felt bolstered when she saw the crowd at the Fire and Rec Center. So early in the morning, she was relieved to finally join the search party. Her head was free of the previous day's cobwebs, not drowsy in the least. She was keenly worried about that boy and could not stop picturing him, so slight and silent, so vulnerable, and already he'd spent an entire night outside on his own. He'll be found today, she told herself with resolve, safe and sound. In the next second, a speeding toddler with a head full of dark curls brushed by Maxine. She instinctively clutched her bandaged finger to her chest. It would hurt like the dickens if it got bumped. She heard the little one laughing, a mingle of mischief and glee. An older child was right behind him, giving chase and insisting that it was time for them to go. Mom and Pop want you, the older girl called. If Maxine had gotten a better look, she might have recognized the chaser as a talkative girl who came by Mrs. Thrift's booth at Bakersfield 2 Julys ago. Maxine might have remembered that she was the girl who had been with the now missing boy the day his soft-spoken mamma had bought him the needlepoint purse. Instead, Maxine and Dudley continued on their way to Table A for the brief orientation. Maxine recognized Jewel Laramie right away. She knew they'd lucked into a competent instruction giver. Jewel had a reputation. She was a hunter. She knew the woods. This morning, she was on the job as Maxine and Dudley approached. Jewel spoke between gulps of coffee. She explained about the tracking system and about the significance of the last known position. I shared a hunch yesterday, Jewel confided as she referred to Maxine and Dudley to the map on the screen. The boy was seen crossing there at Pumpkinville Road, and I happen to know that there's an identifiable deer path right there. Just waiting for a kiddo to come along, if you know what I'm saying. Maxine wasn't entirely sure, but she nodded nonetheless. You can see where the search has been focused, going on up through town roughly east to west on a bit of a diagonal. Jewel resketched the highlighted line with her finger. We've been thorough. The catch is the timing. It's late summer, and in the world of white-tailed deer, that means the does have been out on their own, fattening up for mating season. They've cut a lot of little trails to get to their favorite edibles and lie-downs. So we have a lot of those little trails to search, Dudley said with a nod. Maxine squinted at the large screen. Look at that, Dudley. That main trail goes right beside our yard. See the shape of the lot? That's us. I never knew. Ah, you're on a main thoroughfare, Jewel said. And we do see deer, Maxine said. 6 to 8 at a time. She paused a moment. Speaking of deer, and she began to address Jewel, who would surely be interested, even though she seemed to be looking past Maxine now. I saw one on our bird feeder yesterday, and it had the most amazing spotted Yet. So sorry to cut you off, Maxine, Jewel interrupted. I'm seeing quite a bottleneck at the door. Folks coming my way. I'm afraid I've got to move you on over to Table B. The kiddos will help you put the search app onto your phone. She pointed, took a sip of coffee, and waved to the students, seemingly all in one motion. Little help here for the folks. Yut. Again, apologies, Maxine. Not at all, Jewel. We are on a mission here, Maxine said. She cupped her injured finger close again, and she and Dudley shuffled off to Table B. Next chapter is from Aurora's perspective, and it is titled Forward, Then Back. I'm eating the bagel that Pop brought for me. I chew in time with my footsteps and wash each bite down with a gulp from my water bottle. You felt optimistic. Now stay optimistic. I tell myself this again and again. Trouble is, the day feels cut short every way I look at it. Pop and I cannot go far today. We will need to head back to the car and go to Pebble Nest. What if we don't find Frenchie before then? Then, after we finish cleaning, we'll be starting all over again, and who knows when that will be. Wherever they drop us a pin, I mumble to myself. But then how long before the sun comes up again? Oh, the sun is gone again. Frenchie cannot stay out another night. We have to do better. I think about all the times I've messed up and had to fix something. What did I do? My only answer? I tried harder. So here I am wondering, how can I search harder? Do I stomp my feet down firmer? Open my eyes wider? I know it's ridiculous, but I tried anyways. How do I do more than I'm already doing? Hey, can I go off the trail? I ask. I'll stay with you. I'll just be about 10 feet away. Well, what's your purpose? Mom asked. To walk wider, I tell her, and I spread my arms open to see more. Sure, give it a try, Mom says, but do keep up, Aurora. I lunge into the puckerbrush, even if the hiking isn't as easy, and it's not. Even if it means more scrapes and scratches, and it does. I call for Frenchie. I try to tweak the way he does, almost like an oriole. I see birds, and I watch where they go until I can't see them anymore. I flap my arms, wishing I could be an eye in the sky. There are other searchers nearby, covering side trails, nooks, and crannies. I see their heads and shoulders. I cover my mouth with my hand and hold back a bagel burp. Nobody needs to hear what's been building in my stomach. The sun is moving up in the sky. I want Pop to forget about Pebble Nest, but I know he's watching the time. I am dreading that hike back to the car. I have a good thought. There are so many people who want to bring Frenchie home. He gets ignored a lot. It's true. He's a kid nobody is sure what to do with. But this morning, whole families from school arrived at the center as we were leaving, and people like Cherie, the nuthatch lady. She remembered him. How wow is that? I didn't actually see Mrs. Thrift with my own eyes, but I saw her camper van in the lot. And Ansie's truck was there. Lena and the whole Varani family said they'd join the search today, and Joni and her mom too. Even Darlene had found her own best way to help. The time comes. No trace of Frenchie, but Pop and Cedar and I have to turn back. We check the charge on Gracia's phone and make sure the app is working. We hug each other, then we split up. I follow behind Pop, look right and left and up, while Cedar bobbles in the pack. I can tell Pop is worried that he hasn't left enough time to spruce up Pebble Nest before 3 p.m., and the new guests will arrive. Pop, we'll get it done, I call up to him. I'm already stripping beds, in my mind. What's that? The think system? And he laughs. He is taking long strides. I try to match him, but I have to double step. You know, retracing doesn't mean we have to stop searching, I say. Jewel was retracing on purpose yesterday, remember? Right, my girl, he says. That's all I need to hear. I believe it. There's a chance we will find Frenchie. Wouldn't that be something? I can picture it. Suddenly he comes out onto the path with his plaid shirt all tucked in. The geode swings inside the pocket of my shorts. I keep it going, and I keep up with Pop. I call my friend's name, and I look left and right. Boof, and I walk my face smack into the back of Pop and the carrier. I plant my eye into the heel of Cedar's sneakers. Ow! I spin and grab my face. Pop stumbles forward on account of me bashing into him, then turns around. Oh, girl, are you all right? I squirm while he does a close-up check. It's fine, I say, though my eye is aching and does not want to be pried open. Kay, Awawa? Yeah, Cedar Tree, I grumble. I reach up and give him a pat. I'm okay. But I'm not. I am miserable, and it isn't about the bump in my eye. It's about this feeling I have that the three of us are headed in the wrong direction now. Like Frenchie's somewhere behind us. The only good thing about that is Mom and Gracia are behind us now, too. All right, last chapter for tonight is from Aurora's perspective, and it's titled Putting Up a Fast Shine on Pebble Nest. We rush in the door with our baskets of fresh sheets and towels and the empty recycling bins. Pop and I hold our breath and do a quick scan. I let out cheer because the poets of Guilford have left Pebble Nest in tip-top shape. Phew, and glory, says Pop. I run up to the stairs to check the bedrooms, and I call down, the poets stripped their own beds. Oh, I love those poets, love 'em. Pop sings it out loudly. He has to. Cedar is banging on the piano down in the living room. Start with the sinks and tubs, will you? Pop hollers. I'll be up in a minute, and we'll make the beds together. I scrub a shine onto every inch of porcelain. I dust the nightstands and dressers and empty all the waste paper cans into one. When Cedar comes up the stairs with a duster, I send him around all the edges. Do a good job, like Frenchie, I say. He looks at me funny, like he's concentrating. He says, Enchie. Yep, Frenchie, I say. Mom wants us to try to get Cedar to hear the difference. Enchie and Bye-Ba. Bye-Ba? That again? I snort a laugh. Cedar looks at me, his eyes narrow, and he whispers it one more time. Bye-Ba. I shake my head. Come on, Cedar Tree, we have work to do. And beach and yolks? He asks. This one I know. And beach and rocks? Yep. We'll get on to the water as soon as we finish here, but only for a few minutes, understand? He nods a big nod. Kea-wowa. And I believe that is it for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.